Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This video does not relate to any idol's personal life and all the incidents mentioned are truly fictional. A very beautiful countryside with greenery seen far and wide. Calmness and peace prevailing in the midst of air where the only sound echoing was of wind, birds and kids. People were already inside their house as it was evening and were preparing their night meals. And among all of them was the new beautiful town girl who shifted hair few days ago, which was Jungkook's very own wife, YM. She came back home tired from her job of teaching children in local school. She sighed and massaged her head as returning home always made her remember her love in this loneliness. She gulped a glass of water in one go and then searched for some leftovers in the fridge, but to her surprise, there was a dish already prepared and placed on the counter. She guessed it might be someone from her neighborhood. She ate the food and slept in sheets to sleep directly and not to think about anything or anyone. In the middle of the night, she flinched open her eyes, feeling someone's touch. She sat on the bed and observed everything around her, but there was nothing. She was about to sleep again, but then she noticed the straps of her top was sliding down and it was unzipped from behind. She tried to think when did she unzip her top, but she didn't remember doing it. So thinking that it is her own delusional self, she again slept. The next morning, she woke up and took her clothes in the bathroom to have a quick shower, as today she has to reach early to her job. She took a relaxing bath, wore her garments and then pants, but she could not find the top. She remembered bringing it inside but could not find it. She sighed and held her head, thinking how much forgetful she is becoming, and all this is happening because of the tension of Jungkook. He's always there in her mind, even if she wants to divert herself, still a part of her brain is occupied with him, and because of this delusion, she could not do anything properly. She came out of the bathroom in and found her top hanging on the mirror edges. She looked shocked how all these things were happening. What is happening? Did anyone enter in my house? But then she saw a cat running out from her room to the balcony. Then she breathed in relief, thinking the cat might have done some mischief with the stuff. At night, again, same thing happened. She found food on the counter and thought to ask her neighbors tomorrow. She sat on the bed and hugged her knees as the tears flowed down her eyes. She took a frame from the nightstand and kissed her husband and daughter's picture. How ungrateful mother I am. Can't even get a single glimpse of my own daughter. And then you hugged that frame to your chest and drifted to sleep. Dark night and moonlight were witnessing a serene view through the windows of that very house in the outskirts. Two bodies were colliding warmly with each other as their soul was trying to tempt the thirst of separation of all the years they were apart from each other. Their body and soul were tangled up together on this majestic night. But the only difference was one was in his sense and the other was thinking that as her hallucination, as she lost all the hopes of getting him back in her life. He kissed her bare back with his cold hands, and this made her out of her sleep. She slowly opened her eyes and saw her lifeline being in her arms. The words got stuck in her throat as she let out tears seeing her husband, Jungkook. Jungkook, you love how I, I missed you, hun. I think you missed me with your whole heart. That's why I'm here. She looked stunned as he spoke. You always come in my dream, but today my hallucination seems too real. Don't worry. Now this hallucination will remain for lifetime. What? Anyways, Let me at least be with you in my dreams. Don't know when it will break, and I'll wake up with just emptiness. She hugged him tightly, but she started sobbing again as she felt him kissing her neck and every part to make her believe that he was being with her for real and it was not a hallucination. She didn't want to set her hopes too high, and here he was not in the mood to stop any soon. He did everything he wanted to do with her as she was away from him for a long time. It was morning, and Vine woke up with a jerk as her dream broke and all the love fantasies she was experiencing vanished. She cried and gasped for air, looking at her surroundings, searching for that particular person, but there was no evidence. She felt helpless and lost. For a second, she thought all the lost happiness and good fate returned to her, but alas, that was only in her dreams, imaginations, and illusions. She wiped the tears from her face and removed the sheets from her body just to gasp the loudest, because she wasn't wearing a single garment, and to her astonishment, she saw so many blue and purple on her waist and lower abdomen area. She immediately looked at her ankle, and her all doubts were clear in her head with just one glance on her husband's silver neck chain tied as a around her ankle, trapping her both legs. This was his habit of foreplay before. Without further delay, she untied herself and got off the bed. She wrapped the sheets around herself and started to call him out loudly. Jungkook, Jungkook, I know you are here. Where are you? Please come to me. Jungkook, please. She searched madly in the bathroom, then in balcony, and as she opened the door of her room, there stood him with just his in his demurring aura, his both hands resting on the threshold of the door, defining his tall existence in front of which you were just a baby. He looked at you with his deep, enchanting, and tempting gaze, and here more tears left your eyes as you saw him. Hair strands sticking to sweat on face, tears dripping continuously, hands trembling while holding the sheets with loosened grip, whole body vibrating with his arrival. This was you and your condition. You were looking at him as if a dad came back from its grave, but he snapped you back in your senses. Chon Wahan, did you enjoy it last night with Chon Jungkook? You heard his words, but the only thing that came out of your mouth was, You really here? Ask your sore legs, baby. You immediately jumped on him, leaving everything, and he firmly caught you in his embrace. But one thing you didn't realize was, in the impulse of getting your arms around his neck, you lost the hold of sheets covering your body, leaving you as it is the way you came in this world. You didn't realize it even a bit, cause how can you even think about this small trivial thing when all you are concentrating on is your soul that came back to you after these many years? And how can someone think about outer cloth when your inner cloth, your soul is embracing you? Jungkook, oh my god, I was literally dying. Uh, Jungkook, I was dying to see you. She kept crying and wailing for so long that Jungkook picked her and brought her to sit on the bed to calm her down. He placed her on his lap and started stroking her bare back to calm her down. She kept her head on his shoulder and hugged his neck tightly while continuously crying. Shh, calm down. Shh, my baby, my wine, calm down. I'm here for real. Believe me, I'm here just for you, so calm down. Take deep breaths. Yeah, just like that. Very good. Now don't cry, okay? He wiped the tears from her face and laid down on the bed along with her. He kissed her head and flipped positions, hovering over her petite figure. The trail of pecks, smooches, and kisses went from Vine's eyes, nose, cheeks, lips, jaw, neck, cleavage, sensitive nips, stomach, belly button, abdomen, thighs, and lastly on those vertical lips of her down, while Vine hissed and moaned, holding his knee, pulling him closer. At this time, she remembered their past and all those beautiful memories from college time, then their marriage, first night, and all the love they shared, and then arrival of their daughter in their life. And then those sad memories strike her mind like a thunderbolt, snatching the smile on her face. She clearly remembered that horrific night, and tears escaped her eyes. She remembered how she was thrown far away from his life, almost at the verge of dying. At that moment, the one who saved her was the kind CEO, Leah Kim. Wine got alerted as the thought of Leah came in her mind. She reminisced what all happened after meeting Jungkook again, and then she recalled Jungkook was getting married to Leah. She opened her eyes in shock as she thought that she is betraying her savior, her very best friend, by making out with Jungkook. Her breath got heavier and she shouted, "Stop!" Jungkook stopped his tongue from licking her and immediately looked at her confused that why she shouted like that. "What happened, babe?" "Stop this, Jungkook. You're about to get married to Leonie, who might have got married already. So please, stop it, please, stop it. Stop all this at once." He sat up on bed and made her sit too. He cupped her face and embraced her in a hug. "Wine, first calm down and then listen to me, please." Her cries slowed down to sobs, from sobs to sniffs, and then she eventually stopped crying. "Now can I speak, baby?" Wine, I didn't got married to Leah, and I never will." "What? But why?" "What why? How can I get married to her, huh? When I already have you. You're my woman, and I'm your man." "Jungkook, what are you saying? This is not right. Leonie like you, Jungkook. How can you break her heart?" "No, you're not gonna do this. You're gonna go back." "Yeah, that would be right." Your tears again came down and you lowered your head while wiping them. He didn't say anything and let you be on your own for a while because he knew you won't be able to process if he explained you now. So he waited for you to be stable mentally for some time, and when you looked up at him, that was the right time to tell you everything. He wrapped his arms around her shoulder and brought her closer to talk things out. "Wine, babe, all this while me and Leah were just acting like a couple." "Huh?" "All those dates, interactions, and the marriage were all planned acting, Wine." "Jungkook, what are you saying? I can't understand anything." "I know this is hard to believe for you, but believe me, Wine, it was just acting from the very start. I planned all that to make you jealous with Leah to get you back in my life. I thought you will fight for our love when you will see me with Leah, but alas, you left that fight in the middle and ran away. You were all stunned listening that the things that happened in the past few days and all the closeness of Leah and Jungkook were not real. A part of your heart was relieved now, but again, war started within you, which you were afraid to face all this while. You back faced him and started speaking. What and why to fight for the love which I don't feel? Don't you remember what I said, Jungkook? I fall out of love. You don't need to leave anyone for me. Only you knew how you spoke those words, keeping stone on your heart. You clenched your fist as these words hurted you more than they could hurt him, but you snapped back when he laughed sarcastically on your words. Wow, John Wyan, do you think I will believe the person who herself is not able to handle her words? How do you want me to believe your words when all I saw in this room was your wailing and weeping for me and your daughter? And if you have courage, then look at my eyes and say those words on my face, rather than turning your back like a coward. He was just trying to provoke her so that she could spit out the harsh truth of his parents. She has been hiding from him since years, but stubborn hurt will not speak a single word. I don't know what you're talking about. Please leave from here. He harshly turned her to face him and spoke sternly. Are you for real, Wyan? Like seriously? You won't speak the truth even now, when you have all the chance to get your husband and daughter back to yourself? You looked away from him and spoke. What truth you are talking about? I don't know anything. That truth which you are hiding from me. That truth that forced you to leave me. That truth which broke us. And that truth which depicted my so-called parents' cruelty. You gasped and looked at him with wide eyes as you realized that he already got to know the whole truth. Yes, Ryan, I got to know it from Leah, a stranger, because I think you never planned to solve a misunderstanding in this lifetime. This time he was crying too. Your eyes brimmed looking at him, and you immediately hugged him. I'm sorry, Jungkook, but tell me what could I have done at that point where I saw my husband bathed in blood? It already killed me when I saw you in that condition. How could you expect me to not accept a small condition which could save my love from dying? I know if you were in my place, you would have done the same thing. He nodded and you wiped his tears with a smile. I'm sorry, Ryan, because of my parents you had to face a lot. Then too I didn't stop. I hurted you with my harsh words even after that. I'm really sorry, Ryan. Jungkook, no. We both were not at fault. I know you said that because you were as hurt as I was, but the only difference was you didn't know the truth. Yeah, but you really hurted me because your words affect me the most. Do you know how much I cried? My eyes used to got swollen badly. Jungkook felt really guilty. Hun, I'm so sorry for whatever I spoke that time, but I promise it won't happen ever again. Because the people who broke our happy married life, I already sent them behind the bars for their illegal business. You looked surprised with this new information. Illegal business? Or you have conspired against them? What? Don't give me those expressions. They deserved it. Now you come here. He pulled you over him and you both fall back on bed. You admired his face when he snapped you while licking his lips. Not gonna lie, wifey, but your baby's size got bigger in these years. Am I right? But poor, innocent and confused Ryan didn't understood dirty, pervert Jungkook. Huh? Oh, what babies? He bit his lips, making you confused, and then he indicated you to look down. You looked at yourself, and that's when the air you were inhaling got stuck in your throat. Now's the time you realized you had nothing in the name of clothes on your body. You were bare all this time. He sinisterly laughed on your expression and laid on your bed with his both hands folded behind his head, while your cheeks flushed red with embarrassment, and in an attempt to run, you got down the bed, but again he shamelessly pulled you above him, holding your waist so that you could not detach your body from his even if you want to. You pouted angrily at him while he still teased you, wiggling his eyebrows with that dirty smirk. He sneakily pulled the duvet near him and immediately hovered above you while covering your both body with it. You squealed, "No! Ah!" No, Jungkook. You already did everything last night. Not now. Please, no. But will he listen to you? No. Do you want bonus where Vine meet her daughter and parents? Otherwise, this is the last part. The only comment, the more will be the probability of getting bonus, guys. So, yeah. Thanks for watching the video till the end. And please comment and share this video. Your comments really appreciate me and encourage me to write further storylines. So, thanks for watching, guys.